In this video tutorial, we will explain it to you that how you can calculate the percentages and proportions of your categorical variables. As we explained it to you earlier that the calculation of the percentages and proportions needs to have the frequency table. So first we will use the table function and then we will use another appropriate function to calculate the proportions. So let's begin. This time we are going to save the frequency table of the sex into another variable. And let's see it as a gender table. We have typed the name of the variable that will hold the frequency table of the sex. To create the frequency table, we will give the sign of this equality and then we will type the table, and within a table we will type the name of the dataset that is holding our data, and then we will give the $sign and we will select the variable in which we are interested. When we will run this piece of code, then the frequency table will be stored in gender_table variable name. Now let's create a new variable and let's say it is a gender proportion. After typing the sign of equality, now let's type a new function prop.table. After typing the prop.table, now we will type the name of the variable that is holding our frequency table. And do you remember the name of the variable that now holding the frequency table? Yes, that's a gender_table. After typing this, let's run this piece of code. Now the proportions are calculated and they are saved in a gender_proportion. Now let's assume for a moment that you want to see those proportions. To see the proportions, we are going to use another function print. After typing the print, now we will type the name of the variable that is holding the proportions, and that is gender_proportions. After typing gender_proportions, come out of the parentheses and run this piece of code. And when you will run this piece of code, then look at the console. Inside the console, you are going to have a proportions of male and the female in your column. We hope so that now you will have a good idea that how you can calculate the proportions of your categorical variable. But what about the percentages? Now let's create a new variable that will hold the percentage data. After typing the name of the variable that will hold the percentage data, we will type the name of variable that is holding the proportions. And name of the variable that is holding the proportion is gender_proportions. After typing this name of variable, we will multiply it with 100. And the sign of multiplication in R is a asterisk sign. After typing the asterisk, we will type the 100. Now let's run this piece of code. Now the percentages are calculated and they are stored here in a gender_percentage variable name. Let's assume for a moment you want to see those percentages. So once again you will use the print function. You will type the print and then within a parenthesis you will type the name of the variable that is holding the percentages. After writing this piece of code, let's run it. And when you will run it, then look at the console. And inside the console, you will have the percentages of males and the females present in the sex column. We hope so that now you will have a good idea that how you can calculate the proportions and the percentages of your categorical variable by yourself in R. In case of any question, then please don't hesitate to contact us. We will try our level best to help you out. Your presence in our course is highly pleasurable for us, and we will try our level best to make this course as easy as we can for your proper understanding.